Hey everyone, and welcome to today's video where I'm going to have a look at a newer Commodore 64 game released in 2020. It is the awesome Mega Tank Blasta. Let's get into it and have a look. Okay, here we go then. So we control this green tank on mission 1 in the desert. Now, storyline, a agent has broken out of a high security prison in the United States, and he's transformed 3 areas of the world into combat military zones, and that forms the basis of the 3 missions in the game. The story doesn't end there though, because it's rumoured that the rogue agent was last seen on a gunboat heading towards the shores of the UK and is ready to cause even more chaos, so we need to put a stop to that. So gameplay wise, you start off with quite a few lives. I've got 6 lives if I die, and there are plenty of enemies to be fought off. There's going to be tanks, there's going to be soldiers, and there's going to be buildings with soldiers in them firing the various weapons at you. As you move through the game, there's going to be different elements where there's going to be helicopters, and there's also going to be gunships in certain levels. So my tip on this one is to try and stay sort of towards the bottom of the screen. It gives you more chance to react, because if you get hit by one such weapon, you're going to lose a life straight away. But you do come back with a little bit of invincibility once you've died. And the shooting's a little bit precarious in that some can just shoot in one direction and have sort of slow bullets or missiles, but as you saw by that tank there, sometimes the tanks can fire a lot faster than you expect, and you've not got much chance of getting out of the way, which is what just happened to me there, and I've lost a life. But that's that invincibility for a few seconds now, which gives me a chance to clear out the screen. Well, this is a fun little game. It reminds me a little bit of the Ikari Warriors, where you get into the tank, but definitely worth having a look at, and I'll leave all of the links to the game in the video description, where you can see a bit more about the game, and also you can work out how you get a copy for yourself. Now, don't forget to smash the like button if you want to see more newer Commodore 64 games on the channel. And please support the channel, of course, by subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you don't miss new content as it's released. Okay, well, as you can see now, we've got different enemies appearing in the form of helicopters, which are pretty tricky, but if you can, as I say, stand back, gives you plenty of time to avoid the bullets as they come, and it's just about getting the right shot in at the right time. There's also airdrops that come in and help you, and sometimes them airdrops can give you extra lives, which is going to be really helpful because you are going to lose lives later on in the game. And one of the most awesome things about this game is that you can play locally 2 players with a friend and get 2 tanks on the go, which is awesome. Okay, here we go. So there's going to be end of mission bosses as well to contend with. So we should see the first one on this video, and there's also a bonus stage in between missions where you can do some sort of target practice with your tank, and we'll again have a look at that in the video, so stick around. Okay, so I think I'm moving towards that first end of level boss now with the appearance of all them extra helicopters, and here it is. So it's a rather large tank. Fortunately, it's fairly straightforward to beat, and there it is, it's done. So now we're on to the bonus stage where you're hitting the hopefully hitting the targets, and sometimes you're going to get extra lives out of that. So well worth trying to hit every target. I think it just gives you a bit of a breather from the main game, which can be quite intense, as you can imagine. But definitely worth a play, whether you like this sort of game or not. I definitely recommend you go and have a look at it and give it a download. And that should bring me towards the end of the bonus round. So I'm just going to have a quick look at how a different mission looks and feels before we end today's video. And that's going to be in the Himalayas, which is mission 2. So already, as you can see, and as you'd probably expect, if we're going to be in the Himalayas, well, that was a bad start, then you're going to be in snowy conditions. And that is exactly what the game brings you. It's a white, snowy scene. And of course, as you move through the missions, it's going to get a lot harder. so the difficulty level is going to increase as you go. There's also going to be different elements, so coming up there's going to be some bridges, and there's also going to be water and gunships. So the final mission on this is City and Ports, so that takes you through the streets of a city as you move towards the final encounter with the rogue agent. But this is just a really fun game, as I say, well worth playing regardless of whether you like these types of games or not. So check it out in the video description, how you can get hold of your copy. But I think that's going to bring us to the end of today's video. So I hope you've enjoyed watching Mega Tank Blasta. And thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.